All right, let's go. Welcome to PTWeather.com, everybody. I'm Phil Tivel. Everybody keeps asking me what's going to happen on Saturday morning. Is it going to snow? Are we going to get something over in the mid-Atlantic? By everybody, I largely just mean my wife and mother-in-law. But I'm going to go over it. I'm going to tell you. I'm going to introduce you to a couple new things on PTWeather.com first, and then we'll go over what's going to happen on Saturday morning. If you stay tuned and you like and subscribe, you'll have a chance to win up to 3 Hamburglers. So don't forget to watch the whole video and like and subscribe for your chance to win a Hamburglar. All right. So is it going to go snow Saturday? Well, first, I'm going to show you some new stuff I've added to PTWeather.com, starting with the reanalysis 24-hour model and the reanalysis season model. Those of you in the mid-Atlantic, you just had a little bit of a snowstorm. Not the mid-Atlantic, really the Northeast. The mid-Atlantic got mist. But over in this area, you guys had some snow a couple days ago. And so we're going to go to that model, that reanalysis 24-hour. And we're going to go to the 13th and hit submit. And there's that snow. So these are the actuals. This isn't the predicted forecast. This is actually what fell. And we can go back after a snow happens and look at how did the forecast models compare to what actually fell now by going to this model. And so I'm going to go ahead and make this a little bit less opaque. And so you can see most of the snow here kind of happened over Pennsylvania, kind of thinned out over here into New York. But it kind of missed out a lot of Boston, Philadelphia, New York. You guys didn't get as much snow as some had predicted. New York, you still got a few inches. But Boston, you largely got missed. Philly, you largely got missed. And then, of course, over in the D.C. area, you just completely got missed. But in Pennsylvania, you got some good snows. You got upwards of 10 inches in some spots. A large swath above 7 inches. And so how did that look compared to what the models were forecasting the night before? If you go to Facebook and become my friend on Facebook, you'll see the models that I post. And so these three images here are the model runs for the GFS, HRRR, and NAM the night before the snow. And so the GFS I had mentioned was way overdone. I stand by that. That left a large area of 9 inches plus across a huge amount of the Northeast. The high-res NAM, I thought it was kind of a boom scenario as well. It seemed a little bit overdone, but now looking back, it's fairly close to what actually happened. It definitely overdid it in this area, in the Boston, New York area, but it caught a lot of that area over Pennsylvania correctly. The one I thought I was going to do the best was the HRR, because this storm, it had a lot of warm air around it, and I didn't think a lot of this snow was going to be able to stick, and the HRR really cut down on those snow totals the night before, giving PA, those areas that got the heaviest snow, only like 5 inches, and in reality they got almost twice that, but it did a good job on the borders. And so the actual observed snow total from that snowstorm is going to be somewhere between the HRR model here and the NAM model here. So it did a pretty good job, both of these models, but I think probably the NAM did the best job. So that's what you get with this new model that I've added, the 24-hour reanalysis model. You can see what actually happened. You can also change this to season, and you can see how much snow has fallen in the current season. Change this to relative, and here are the snow totals for the season. We can change the upper to something a little more reasonable. Change it to 50. There we go. And I live over here in Fairfax County, Northern Virginia. We've had about around 8 inches of snow where I'm at. But you can see a lot of the Northeast has got lots of snow. You can also do this with precipitation. Likewise, you can go back in years and see what's fallen in previous years. So I can go back to 2023. I should probably change this back to static. 22 goes back all the way back to, I think, 2000. And so you can see each year how much snow fell. The other day we had a whole bunch of rain in Los Angeles. You can do the same thing over there. They don't get snow over there, but they do get rain. And so if we go back to early February in Los Angeles, we'll make a bigger area here actually. We're not going to go 2018. We do not have back that far. And this is how much snow fell in February 1st in this area of California. You go day by day, see how much rain fell. Did I say rain before? Or did I say snow? I don't remember. It's early here. It's 6 a.m. at my house right now. I'm in my basement. That's why it looks like I'm in a cabin. I just don't want to wake everybody up. If we're going to go and do a aggregation on, no, not the season. We'll do it on the 24-hour precipitation from January 31st to February 9th. And we can see how much rain fell during this time period in this part of California that I drew the box. We'll change it to relative here, so our color ramp changes and our values change from minimum and maximum. And you can see right here is Los Angeles. I'm going to change the opacity so you can see it a little better. Here's LA. Here's all of our rain. We can click around and we can see in that week and a half time period, LA got over a foot of rain. That's a lot of rain for a week and a half. How much rain have they gotten this season? We can look at that also. Go back to basic, reanalysis season. And this is updated to all the way up till yesterday. And so, yeah, it's about the same. Some areas have a little bit more. How much do they get in their typical season? Well, you can actually look back at past years. We're going to go ahead and lock this relative ramp. And this is 2023. Now, this is for the entire year. So you see, a lot of things over around 2 feet as far as rain totals. 2022. They've already got more rain now than they did all of 2022. And all of these other years. They're kind of already around that right now. That's crazy. That's a lot of rain. All right, but I digress. Everyone's like, but Phil, you told us you're going to tell us if it was going to snow on Saturday. All right. I will. All right, so the snow on Saturday. Here's the energy. Here's the snow that's going to be coming our way. It's going to be riding along on our polar jet stream. I can go to that right here. And it's going to get carried along this. The polar jet stream is going to merge over down here with the subtropical jet stream. We'll go 12 hours at a time. You can see the jet stream's kind of set up. All right, here we are on the 16th. The polar jet stream's up here, subtropical down here, and our energy is right there, kind of riding in between them. And so because it's not tapping into the Gulf down here, we're kind of limited to the amount of moisture we're going to get, which has kind of been the case for all of our snowstorms. Let's change this to 3 hours at a time. And we can watch this storm kind of ride in on the GFS model. It lasts probably about 8-9 hours, and then it's off. And at no time is it very heavy. We can go look at the NAM model. We can see, are we going to have the same scenario? Draw a little bit of a smaller box here. So this whole system starts off just about time everyone's asleep on Saturday morning, about 1 a.m. in the mid-Atlantic, maybe around midnight. It starts snowing. And it's going to finish up by, according to the NAM, it's going to be pretty much done by 7 a.m. I think the GFS gives us till about 9 a.m. And then how about those snow totals? It's not going to be much, but we can go to the AGS tab here, and we can go to GFS hourly, snow totals, go to the 17th at midnight, and we'll go to the 17th at 12 p.m. and we can see how much snow does the NAM, or no, this is the GFS model, have fallen for us. So not a ton. A lot of areas, I'm around 2.28 inches over Northern Virginia, but you can see most of the whole area here is between 2 and 3 inches. Except for this little area here, it's getting all the way up to 5. I don't know if that's true. The temperatures, just like this last storm, are going to be running a little bit warm, but there's a couple good things we've got going for us. Well, really one thing we've got going for us is that it's happening at nighttime. And so I think even though the temperatures don't really dip below freezing, I think the snow will probably bring down a little bit of colder air with it. And I think it'll probably accumulate because the sun's not going to be out. What does the NAM high res show? I gotta draw a smaller box to be able to show you. There we go. All right, this seems more reasonable. Of course, it's giving us giving the DC snow hole here less snow. Again, it sounds accurate, but we'll see. It's still a couple days out, but even the Euro model is pretty much saying the exact same thing. This looks like it's going to happen, and it looks like we're going to get a couple inches from it. But again, looking at the temperatures, we'll go to the NAM, we'll go to temperature, and we'll go to relative. No, we'll go to discrete, because then you can see the blue, everything in blue is below freezing, everything in green is above freezing, and you can see a lot of this area is kind of on the fringe. But again, it's going to be nighttime. I think the snow will accumulate. I think people will wake up and they'll probably see an inch, maybe 2 inches of snow on the ground, and that'll be Saturday morning. So that's what I'm thinking. That's what the models are showing. And that's what I got. So if you've stuck around this long, don't forget to like and subscribe. If you didn't stick around this long, I hope you liked and subscribed anyways. You can always go to my tutorials and other videos to see how to use PTWeather.com. Again, become my friend on Facebook, and every once in a while I'll post on Twitter too. But if you follow me on Facebook, I'll do a lot of posts on there about what's happening with the weather, because I don't do videos for everything now. If you stuck around this long, are you going to win a Hamburglar? No, I'm sorry, I lied. I'm not actually giving my Hamburglers away, but thank you so much. I hope you enjoyed the video, and we'll see you next time if anything interesting is going to happen in the weather.